In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can preserve your yam for up to 6 months without it going bad. Hi faves, welcome once again. So this is how I preserve my yam for up to 6 months without going bad. Not only preserving, it also saves me cooking time, because anytime I want to cook my yam, all I have to do is bring it out from where I kept it and then I will make my yam. So this is what I do when I want to preserve my yam or just meal prep my yam. I will cut this. I would peel the skin like you can see me do in the video. Some people prefer to cook their yams without the skin not peeled, which is the best way to cook any tubers or all these root plants. But then again, I will be peeling the back of my yam because it makes the work easier for me. It's just like the way you do your meal prep when you do like your ginger and garlic mince when you want to use it. So once I've cut my yam like this, I'm going to rinse it thoroughly, and this is the one I'll be using for boiled yam when I want to eat yam and egg. So I will let this dry and I'll transfer it into my freezer, and I'll also proceed to cut my yam into different shapes. I usually cut my yams into different shapes for different purposes. This one is for yam porridge. So anytime I want to make yam porridge, all I have to do is bring it out from how I'm going to preserve it and then use it. Very easy, very simple. So this is the shape I cut for yam porridge. I made this video a little bit long so that I can show you how to cut your yams for different shapes and for different purposes. Okay, you're welcome faves. So now this is my shape for yam porridge. The first one that you saw was the shape for regular yam and egg. I like to cut my yam like that so that it is softened easily and is not so hard when you want to eat it, or when you want to, the way yam, when you leave it for a while, it will get hard. But when you cut it into round like that first one, it is easy to cook. But for this one, it is yam porridge. So I'll take this one now. I'll rinse it properly just like I did for the first one, and I'll also transfer it into my freezer. I will leave this overnight and then you will see the following steps in the video. So now this is the one for the yam porridge. I'll also transfer it to my freezer, and then this is the one for yam fries. This particular shape, I just like it sometimes when I want to fry yam. It reminds me of when we were coming back from school when I was a kid and you buy fried yam. That shape, that's what I'm trying to achieve with this one. So before I did not know this, and my yams usually go bad, but after I know this, my yams have been lasting, and it's just a life of ease. So many people say, hey, it's a lie. If you do this, your yams will go bad, they will turn brown, they will not be nice. The first step you want to do if you want to preserve your yam is to make sure that you got good yams. If you get good yams, they will not quickly oxidize fast. Like maybe when you don't quickly put them in water, they'll start turning brown. No, if you get good yams, they will not oxidize that fast. So this is the second shape for the yam fries, and this shape is for yam chips. When you want to make yam chips, so this is how you cut your yam. Just cut it into chunks like this, and then you now divide it into two, just the way you can see me do. So like I was saying, the first step in doing this is to make sure that you get good yams, quality yams, not just any type of yam that will quickly oxidize before you even start putting them in water or something. So can you see the way I did this? I divided it into two, and then this is yam chips. If I don't want Irish potato chips, I can just make yam chips and it's still going to be nice. And I don't need to stress myself when I want to make the yam chips and I'll start cutting before I start frying. I feel this is a really cool cooking hack that everyone should try. That's if you have good electricity, because this preservation method requires electricity. All right, so just the way I did earlier on, I'll just be cutting like this, and then I'll cut into halves as well, and then I'll now still cut it in the middle, and that is how you make yam chips when you're cutting yam, the shape of yam chips. Okay, so once I'm done with this, just like I did with the other ones, I will rinse it, allow the water to dry, and then also transfer to my refrigerator. My refrigerator. I'll refrigerate this, and this is called the double freezing method. I'll show you in the course of the video. All right, So I think this is the final shape that will be cutting. This shape is also for is chips, but the bigger chunks of chips. So this is the smaller chunks and this is the bigger chunks. Like I said, I'll be freezing all of this overnight, and in the next morning they would have been frozen. Like the yams themselves will be frozen. All I have to do is transfer this into my Ziploc bags and then just let them sit there like that. And anytime I want to use yam, and I will now still transfer it back into the freezer. Anytime I want to use yam, all I have to do is just bring out my yam from my freezer and use like a baby girl that I am. So now a lot of people will say, okay, if I make my yams like this, you don't allow this to thaw. If you want to fry it, you fry it immediately. You salt it and then dip it into the hot oil. It will come out nice. If you want to boil it, dip it into boiling water. It will come out nice. If you want to even grill it, just salt it and dip it into your air fryer oven or your oven, and it will come out nice. This method is a great way of preserving your yams, and it's going to reduce food waste, because imagine you just kept this yam on the floor and it starts turning chocolate. Imagine, and yams are so expensive now. So this is one great way that you can preserve your yams. Is this something that you will likely try? Please let me know in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please like this video, share it to your friends and your family so that they can see this update and they can also do it for their yams and you can even do it for plantain, sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, and everyone. You're welcome, faves. I hope you do try this. Bye. I'll see you in the next one.